I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Thanks to the support from my brother and the rest of our team, is have so much support, man. So much love. It's really helped me get through it. Me and my wife. So much support has been the key.
Can you take us with the last? I'm sorry. Talk about what the past weeks have been like for you since the time this happened and how you've been recovering.
Um, I hadn't had a lot of time to myself. Me and my wife, the moments we do get along, we just try to live life, not think about it as much. And it's been good. Like I've seen friends and heard from friends I hadn't heard from in a long time. And even taking a road trip with Nappy Roots to do a show this past weekend was very spiritual for me. It's good to be around my guys and my team. It's been good.
I know this may be difficult, but can you take us back to that night? I know Skinny told us a little bit what happened. Can you talk about whatever you can say from your perspective what happened?
Yeah. Well, we had just finished an event. The night was over. I just got done cleaning up. And as we left Atlanta and walked to our cars, that's when the whole incident happened. And I truly believe it was a random event. Some guys, some bad characters in the neighborhood, they approached me with a gun. And from there, that led to the whole several events that happened.
How many guys?
Two guys.
And you've been in contact with Atlanta police, right, about this? Have they given you guys any update?
No, we're sitting back letting them do their job. And they've been very good at it. They've been good at communicating with us. Atlanta Police Department, Hateville Police Department, have been super kind and just confident in the whole situation. So we're letting them do their job and take care of the business that they're good at.
Meantime, you all said you really want to focus on your business here and wanted to stress that this is something that was just random and that this is really a good community to work in.
Yeah. Oh, we love Castleberry Hill. That's one reason I'm stressing to get back here so quick, because my team, people in the neighborhood have been so supportive, and we want to let that be known that this is a great neighborhood and we are a part of what's becoming here. And that's the main thing. We want to get this behind us so that we can get back to working on all of the good stuff we was doing here in Castleberry.
As a matter of fact, the mayor has been supportive. Skinny, you want to recap that conversation?
Yeah, I spoke to Mayor Dickens that day that that morning or afternoon that it happened, and he assured me that we was going to catch these guys and whatever that he could do to help. And that's when I brought up a program. Instead of trying to rob a brewery, let's help people learn how to brew, and create a program that we can teach people how to brew so they can see what it takes and how hard it is to become a brewery. And they realize there's not really a lot of money in it in the first place. But the opportunity is there to create something to teach people how to brew that look, people of color that might not have opportunities in the jobs that are out there for us. Let's create jobs, and that's what we're trying to do here at Atlanta is provide jobs, keep the dollar in the community as long as we possibly can, and just show people that you don't have to be a rapper or a ball player to live in Atlanta to have something for yourself. And so he was very receptive to that. And I hope after we catch these guys who did this that we can create that bridge and show some support in that direction.
So are you saying that you are open to training the same guys or helping?
But not those guys. No. No way. I hope those guys, get processed to the full extent of the law and get those guys off the street, because they don't need to be out here doing what they were doing. I'm talking about people that feel like they don't have any opportunity and they don't have another place to look. We provide a lot of opportunity here for rappers. A lot of rappers feel like they can't work at a regular job, but we're rappers and we put a lot of time and effort into this, 40 plus hours. And some of the people from the back of the house and the front of the house are actual artists. And it's a safe place. We have our concert series that we do, and we allow these artists to get on stage and showcase their music and talents. And I think craft beer and hip hop and making music is eerily similar. Putting a CD on the shelf and putting a can on the shelf and spending the time in the studio and spending the time in the brew house are eerily similar. And we would love to help as much as we can.
Scales, come on. That evening you were leaving, got pulled a gun on you. What was going through your mind? You ever been in a situation like that before? Tell us about, what was going through your head when you saw that.
Yeah, never really been in a situation that way. First thoughts is safety. Making it home alive. That's what I thought about, and it was a bad situation. But I just thought about being safe, making sure nothing extended. You know, nothing, my family was okay, my friends was okay, and that's all really was going through my head, man. Staying alive at that point. And yeah, it was pretty simple.
Shot? It was in the leg, or where were you shot?
I was shot in the leg after I made the decision that I got to get out of this car. I jumped out of the car and we had a tussle, and that's when I was shot. And I ran my way and they ran their way.
Was it your car or was it someone else's?
My car.
It was your car?
Yeah.
When did you come to the decision to be like, okay, I'm in this car with these guys, this is the time to run?
Without telling too much, it was running through my mind the whole time. You know, I couldn't take these guys back to where I live. I want to make sure my family is safe. And it's just at one point, it's like whatever happens is gonna happen right now. I'm getting out the car, whether I get shot, I'm gonna run as far as I can and hope they don't follow me. And I'm fortunate that I only got away with a leg shot.
Do you have a message for those guys? They are still on the list. Is there anything you want to say to them?
I mean, you know, this is life, man. This is life. A lot of bad things happen to good people, you know, and I just take it as life experience. I don't have a vendetta, you know, I'm not looking to go out here and shoot anybody or return any damage to anybody. I just want to turn this into something positive, as we're doing too many great things here. My biggest frustration is that it interrupts all of the progress that we're making in this neighborhood. I want to get back to those things. That's my biggest concern with it. But yeah, I just, you know, I don't really have a message. I just want us all to do better. You know, try to do better, care about the next man. Like, we're hard-working people. We're not rich. You know, we work for what we have. So, you know, understand that, man. Like, you're taking from people who are trying to build something.
Skinny, you talked about the security measures. I'm just kind of readdressing what you all are doing here.
Yeah.
Talk about, you know, as much as you can, what things you all are doing.
Yeah, so we have security. We just now are paying more attention to our closing hours. We have security that shows up around 8:30. We close at 10, and he shows a presence here to make sure our staff gets home safely. Me and Scales, you know, before the incident, we weren't thinking about ourselves in that matter, and we would hang out and close and, you know, lollygag and lily-jig is the word I like to use. And so now we're leaving a little earlier now to take some of the attention off of the actual customers and employees. But we have security that's here, and they will be here for a while until these guys are caught first and foremost. But we're going to apply that just as protocol and add that to our actual closing up of Atlantucky. Because if something happened to our staff, I would be devastated to know that, you know, we weren't paying attention to the closing hours. But we make it a point to, we're a cashless business, you know, and we don't keep cash on hand anyway. And so there's no reason to come in here and looking for anything other than a good time and a couple beers.
All right, gentlemen, are you guys concerned at all with the recent city ordinance with the nuisance law, and how that might impact your business overall, just for something that you guys have nothing to do with?
I heard about it. And it does have a play in how we operate, and we try to vet our events that we have, because this is an event space first and foremost. When we got it, it was an event space. We want to honor Mr. Russell and H.J. Russell's vision for this space. So we do throw events, public and private, and we try to, again, maintain a certain level of quality in events that we put on here, and to make sure that there are not any kind of crazy events that would lead to that. You know, we've been very fortunate. Like Scale said, this is an isolated event that in the neighborhood has had some issues with crime and robberies. You know, the subway down the street had a very bad incident, and I hope because of that they don't, you know, take subway out of the neighborhood, you know. And I hope because this happened in our parking garage of the building, that this doesn't have too much of an effect on Atlantucky as well, you know. But we're keeping an eye on that, and we're looking for people that look, you know, iffy. And we're trying to make sure that we're providing, again, a positive outlook for the homelessness. We provide water, you know, and try to make sure that they're not, you know, we try to help more than hurt. You know, like we came to this community a couple years ago, but this community was doing what it was doing before we got here. So we want to be, you know, we want to add and not take away. So if that has an effect on us, then that's a terrible thing.
And Scales, I asked Skinny this question before. I want to give you a chance to answer it as well. What do you want people to know about
understand safety is a big concern for us, as it is with any business, but we are highly concerned with our patrons' safety. We've taken measures, as Skinny just said, to improve that. But we want people to know this is a safe place. This is a great experience. We're the second black-owned brewery in the state of Georgia, and that is something people need to experience. You know, we want people to enjoy this whole experience. We have art, beer, entertainment, and we feel like this is something valuable for the neighborhood. And we don't want people to get that misconstrued. This is something that we are really bringing to the neighborhood, and we value our presence here. And we can guarantee you will have a good time at Atlanta.
And you mentioned trying to get home to your wife. What has she said about, since is she concerned about you coming back here? Is she?
Yeah, I mean, she deals with the trauma. You know, anytime a wife hears that her husband has been shot or kidnapped or anything, she's concerned, so she deals with a level of trauma, but she's happy that I'm here. And she's proud of what we're doing at Atlanta. She sees the smile on my face. She's happy with what we're doing, and she's full support. So it is tough for her. It's probably tougher for her than it is for me, but we will get past it. We'll get past it.
And were there two guys in the car with you?
At one point in time, there was two guys in the car.
Okay.
Yes.
Was someone else driving, or were you?
I was driving. I was held at gunpoint while I drove.
And what kind of car was it?
Mercedes.
How are you dealing with you just got finished saying I was held at gunpoint while I was driving.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with this psychologically?
Well, I surprised myself, for real. I was calmer than I thought I would be in that type of situation. I just know what we're doing here. Like, I know what we have as Atlanta, and that's just my main goal, is to get this place up and running like it should, because we have something special here. And I won't let two guys stop that or interfere with that. I won't let anybody interfere with what we're doing at Atlanta. And that's my motivation. My brother has been so supportive. He's held me down through this whole thing. I can take time off. I'm ready to get back to making beer, but knowing the team that we have here at Atlanta, I don't have to rush back.
So there's just this unwavering commitment to the community that remains.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Yes. We are totally committed to improving the neighborhood. Like Skinny said, there was problems here before we got here. And we're hoping that we're making a difference.
And as you can see, he's healing well. You might want to talk about that.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't let my doctor know, but I performed this past weekend with my guys in Kentucky, and it was medicine for my soul, for real. Just to be in front of 3,000 to 4,000 people who obviously knew what I went through, and I'm on stage with crutches, and it was just amazing, the love that I received.
Which city were y'all in?
Franklin, Kentucky.
Franklin.
Yeah. Great show, actually. It was to see Scales come back so soon. We only missed one show because of the incident that was coming up, but
The whole group, or just you?
the whole group, no, the whole group was there, and to see him there gave us all a boost of positivity and energy, and the songs meant more. The songs mean more anyway, but we were thinking, me and Scales do a lot of songs together, so if he wasn't there, it's half of the songs that I'm on that I can't do. But the fact that he showed up and just reignited something the passion that we had when we first started and when we met. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, this is my brother, my best friend, my business partner. And if something happened to him, I'd be devastated. And I'm glad that he was able to come out and do what we always love to do, which is to get in front of a crowd and have a good time and just bless the people with good, positive music and let people know if you're having a bad day, here's a song called Good Day. And if you lost your job, we have a song called Po Folks, All My Life Been Po. And if you just got a job, we got a song called All No. So we have songs for all kind of different occasions that people can relate to. And it was a good time in Franklin, Kentucky. We were this close to Western Kentucky where we started, a few minutes, and we saw a lot of people that went to Western with us that were there. And so it was almost a little bit of a family reunion and just a reinvigoration of just who we are and what we're about as Nappy Roots.
And y'all started in college, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Western Kentucky University, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Skinny, while you're at it, tell them how to pronounce the name of this brewery.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem I heard on the news. Atlanta.
Got it. Atlanta, Kentucky.
Yeah, I heard people saying Atlanta, Kentucky. You know, it's Atlanta, Kentucky. It's half Atlanta, right at the T, and the other T from Kentucky, Atlanta, Kentucky.
Fellas, can you guys speak to, you guys are joining the fraternity of musicians and hip hop artists who have started in hip hop and now have moved into entrepreneurship. You know, 2 Chainz, Big Mike. Can you speak to how putting yourself out there and making an example for the young ones coming up and what you guys are trying to provide to the community by leading by example?
Yeah. Well, you know, hip hop, you know, they say it's a young man's game, but hip hop is maturing just as much as we are. And you can do hip hop only for so long, so they tell you. But we're in our mid 40s, and but there is a time you have to think about what you're going to do with the rest of your life and your career. And you have to start thinking about what else can I provide my time and energy to. And I think a lot of MCs and artists are figuring out how to pivot. Some get into movies and acting. Some get into like Killer Mike with barbershops and things of that nature. Rick Ross is into restaurants and stuff like that. And 2 Chainz around the corner. He's also a Castleberry Hills a neighbor of ours. He has his own restaurants as well. And I think it's a good thing for us to learn the business while we're in the music business, because the music business is a business. And if you learn how to perform, and you're passionate about performing and you know, keeping track of your money and taxes and your staff if you run a record label, then there's other things that you should also think about. And so I think craft beer is a perfect way to get into something else, but still be passionate about creating. You know, this is still an art form for us. It's making beer, coming up with recipes, you know, looking at the mash and the IBUs of a certain beer and the ABVs and dialing it in and making it again and again and again. And letting people, you know, drink and enjoy their beer is almost like you listening to a song. You drink a beer in 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes. You listen to a song in 3.5, 4 minutes. And so for us, it's an easy pivot for us to get into this. We've been drinking beer since college. It was almost easy for us to come up with this idea while we were drinking beer. And it's just a no-brainer for us to do something else, because if you don't, you'll find yourself on the other end of I shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You don't want to be 65 and try to figure out something, you know. And so I think it's imperative.
And that's the beauty of Atlanta as well. You have those guys, Killer Mike, 2 Chainz, T.I., as examples of what to do in your later age as a rapper. That's the ultimate goal as an artist, is to do what those guys are doing, giving back to their neighborhoods, building their old neighborhoods. And that's why Atlanta, Kentucky is so special to us, because it's our contribution to Atlanta. Like, it's our contribution from hip hop to providing a service to Atlanta, and we're happy to be a part of that fraternity.
Any ideas of creating a new craft beer to commemorate your recovery, your triumph return?
Well,
Any ideas?
yeah, oh yeah, we stay thinking about beer. Well, first I got to mention the Bluff. We have a beer called the Bluff, where proceeds of that beer goes to a nonprofit organization from the Bluff called Future Successors, where they take kids who want to go to college, they take them out of high school and take them on college visits around the country to show them what college life is like. And if you've ever been to college, you know how valuable a visit is. You know, just to step on campus and to see how beautiful the college campus is and see all the potential just walking on campus. So we're glad to have a beer that we give proceeds to that organization. So that's something we're going to do moving forward, using beer to raise money for all kinds of situations.
But any idea for anything for you?
Give us another week or so.
I got a beer
Give
idea.
us another week or so.
Saturday, Sunday? You remember which day that was in Kentucky, the show?
The show was Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
You
Saturday.
performed on crutches, is that right?
I was so caught in the moment of performing in Kentucky, I threw my crutches down. Fortunately, they brought a couch out for me, so I was sitting half of the show, but by the time we got to All No, I was I threw the crutches down. It was a spiritual moment.
So I'd be remiss if
Don't
I
tell
didn't,
my doctor, please don't.
I'd be remiss if I didn't let you guys throw out what your beers are, name some of them, and then talk about some of the upcoming events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like he mentioned, the Bluff. We also have a beer called Castleberry Pills, which is a Pilsner that also kind of just shows light to the neighborhood. We just put on a breakfast stout called Rise and Grind. It's a light stout ABV. We're making a beer that's in the tank that we're kegging tomorrow called Chesapeake Bay. And it's for our summer concert series with our artist Sunday. He'll be performing tomorrow, and that beer will be brought out then. We have a beer called Peaches and Queens, which one of our employees, Boogie, who works here, helped make that beer. And it's an ode to Women Crush Wednesdays that we have. And just to show that, you know, women can get in behind the scenes and make a beer as well. We have Mile High Pale Ale, which is the first beer we made in our garage when we started, and that was the first beer that we had on tap here as well. And that's going over very well. And we have 11 beers on tap, so if I try to go down all of them right now, I'm gonna miss out on a few.
We have a lot of fun beers, man. That's why, and we're just getting started. Like you just mentioned, we have a beer called Chesapeake Bay that we just made. That's mango and Old Bay. Like, I don't know any other brewery that's done that yet, so it's like, these are fun beers. This is a fun experience here at Nantucket that I'm so ready to get back to and put everything in the past and get back to the beautiful work we're doing here.
So you're not back at work yet, but you're eager to get back.
I'm trying to. They won't let me. They telling me to take another week, but I'm here in spirit. And I dropped in yesterday to taste some of the beers, do a little research, but yeah, not yet. Not back at work.
So around mid-September, you're thinking?
Hopefully mid next week. Hopefully next week I can get back in and brew, because that's what I love to do.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's our head brewer. And we both brew, but I kind of let him, you know, be the man behind the scenes on the brew side. But last week, me and our other partner, Joel, we came in and knocked it out, hit all the numbers that we did, and we're going to brew another beer tomorrow, just so we can knock the dust off of what me and him do. Practice makes perfect, but he's been making all of the brews. I do a lot of the cleaning, and I also come up with most of the recipes as well. So I have fun just being creative and just supporting him and what his initial idea to start a brewery was. So I hopefully can get back next week, because I have a bunch of other stuff I need to do on the business side. But I love brewing just like he does, and we both can do whatever we put our minds to, and we both wear many hats, from the music business to the brewery to just being fathers and you know, husbands. And so we love to make beer and be creative. So I can't wait till he gets back, because we're always in the back talking and chopping it up. I've been going to his house every day to check on him, and so if I'm not here, I'm there. If I'm not there, I'm at home. If we're not there, we're in the studio. And so we have new music that we've been working on, and so we're going to get to that as well. I don't want to use this opportunity to be advantageous to the music. We already had music coming out before the incident, but we're back in the studio as Nappy Roots, making music for the world. And as we grow old, we're still going to provide, you know, that grown folk hip hop.
And because you live in Hayfield, then?
Yeah.
And do you live around here? Or do you
I live in Douglasville. Yeah. But I started when I moved to Atlanta from Louisville. I started off in Hayfield, and then I went to East Point, and then I went to College Park. I was pretty much listening to Outkast and Goody Mob, and was just following them as I moved to different places. But now I live in Douglasville. Still 30-minute drive, but it's a nice area to raise kids, good schools, and I don't mind the traffic.
How many kids do y'all have?
I have 3.
You have 3? How about you?
Yeah, I have 2 step kids.
So you guys want to give us beer samples so we better understand the story?
Absolutely. That's what we was waiting on.
Like what you guys are talking about, right?
Yes.
So we can better tell the
That's what we was waiting on.
Absolutely have
For
a
sure.
sample, but
For sure.
I think we're going to close this up. It's been 30 minutes. Maybe you just say your final thank yous, guys.
Yeah, I want to say, if there's any silver lining to it, man, it's the amount of love that I have received, that we all have received. It's the people who have reached out. The mayor has reached out. Kid Capri called. It's some of my heroes have reached out to us and showed love. Atlanta Police Department, Hateville Police Department has been great. I just want to say to my team, to everybody, thank y'all for showing love and support. Like, it's made this really a lot easier for me and my family. And I really appreciate everybody. I take 30 minutes a day to respond to messages. I'm still about 300 away from responding to everybody, but I really want to say thank you to everybody, man. And we want to move forward with all the great things we're doing at Atlanta.
And thank you guys for giving the exposure to this situation, because a lot of people don't get this type of coverage, you know. It happens, and it's an unsolved situation, and they're not famous, and they don't get the attention that they probably need to get. And so thank you guys for covering the story and trying to get it right. I know when we first spoke about it, it was immediately happening. I didn't have all the facts, and all the facts are still coming out, and we'll let the detectives do their job to solve this crime. But thank you guys for even caring about us and covering us as the way it has, because, you know, it's a bad situation, but like Scale said, we're looking for the silver linings in all of it. And we're here to provide opportunity, and we're not going anywhere. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.